Just to put it out there, I'm recording this video in my sister's closet, not mine. Mine is too small. Normally, I record out on my back porch, but I wanted to try something.
I hated that song! Why are you so lame? Not a bad boy. Good first day.
Random Alex Brightman joke to remind y'all that I am a huge Alex Brightman fan. Guys, he's gonna be at Level Up Expo. I am so happy. I'm gonna be there too. I'm actually doing a couple panels. Hi, I'm Kitty Monk, and I'm here to talk to you about Hazbin Hotel, or more specifically, Sir Pentious. Yes, I know, he's a snake, and his name is clever. Actually, kind of is. To be fair, I didn't really plan on making a Hazbin video, but many of you were requesting one, so I figured, okay. I mean, I like the show. At least I have a socially acceptable way to talk about it, beyond walking up to a Katie Killjoy cosplayer and being like, Katie, do you still have standards? She was really nice though. But let's give a rundown of the show, as last time I talked about it, I still mostly talked about disenchantment. Hazbin Hotel takes place in Hell. Hey, that rhymes. Hell has an overpopulation problem, and to solve it, and to keep their supremacy, once a year, Heaven sends a group of angels known as the Exorcists to kill souls. Charlie, the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith, the first woman, doesn't enjoy the slaughter and has come up with the idea of a Hazbin Hotel, believing that rehabilitating sinners and sending them up to heaven will be a more humane way to handle the problem. But because this is hell and Charlie doesn't know how to throw her nepotistic weight around, most nobody believes in her. If you might have guessed, I've enjoyed this show massively. I mean, if you saw me at MegaCon, I dressed as Valentino's RoboFizz kitty with Fizzy. I actually kind of enjoyed the show a bit more than Hell of a Boss, to be honest, but maybe that's because Hell of a Boss hasn't released any new content in a while, so I'm kind of running dry. But to get it out of the way, yes, the show has problems, mostly similar to the sister show, like world building, or pacing, or focusing on the wrong things, or pulling a Legend of Korra and throwing ideas in because they seem cool without really thinking them through. But unlike Hell of a Boss, I think they could do better in terms of rep. While they do focus a bit more on female characters, it still isn't enough. Most of the time, they only get like one episode. In Vaggie, I'm just gonna say it, she's worse than Millie. Her entire personality revolves around Charlie. Even after they kind of explain why in episode 6, it still feels a little odd. On top of that, arguably it has a problem similar to Star Versus, or even The Owl House, where a lot of your knowledge on the show is dependent on whether or not you read the wikis and watched the streams and the fan song and stuff like that. And arguably, it's kind of worse in this case because unlike those two other shows where they simply have interesting concepts that never get explored, Hazbin expects you to have a Wikipedia level knowledge going in. And I rewatched part of the show with my mother, who went in completely blind, and the only thing she got was that the theme song was catchy and that Fat Nuggets was a really cute name. To be fair, it was hard to decide on a character to, you know, make a video about. Vaggie, there wasn't a lot to talk about, same with arguably Husk and Nifty. Alistair, it's more speculation at this point, but I do believe Lilith is not his boss, even if they probably do know each other. Adam and Lude, yeah, I don't want to censor all that. So that left only Angel Dust or Sir Pentious, and as Alex Brightman plays Sir Pentious, and Sir Pentious doesn't really curse as much, that's the logical choice. So let's discuss. In the pilot, there's this guy named Sir Pentious. Sir Pentious is a snake demon who is known for designing steampunk-style war machines, on top of having a bunch of loyal minions at his disposal called the Egg Boys, who, with the exception of Frank, typically don't have names, just numbers on their backs.
Gee, that was pretty swell, boss. I liked when you shot them with your ray gun. I wish he'd shoot me with his ray gun.
And I will be honest, I love the Egg Boys, and I find it hilarious that in the actual show, they share a voice actor with Angel Dust. And to get this out of the way, they aren't alive per se, they're basically just fancy inventions, like Janet. Granted, I do wish they pointed this out, especially in scrambled eggs, but that's neither here nor there, and I am majorly getting off track. Hell, or more specifically, the Sinner-dominated Pride Ring is run by overlords. Typically, the main way you become an overlord is by making deals with other demons, usually by having them sell you their souls, or by forcibly taking over territory in vicious turf wars, especially after exterminations, where more deaths means more land up for grabs. And as most demons view Sir Pentious as not being worth their time, that means his only other option is turf war. In the pilot, he tries to take over using his inventions, only he's got some issues, such as competition from Cherry Bomb, Angel's best friend.
Hell will be mine, and everybody will know the name of Sir Lord! Pardon? Who said that?
Is it bad I didn't know for like the longest time she said edgelord? I thought she was like, Pet Lord! I just kept thinking, what the heck is that? No, I feel like the biggest problem with Pentious, which will become apparent down the line, is he doesn't trust anybody. The only people he sorta does is the Egg Boys, and that's only because he built them and likely programmed them to be loyal.
What did you just say to me, you fried chicken fetuses? Speak up!
That wasn't us, Mr. Boss Man.
Good, I trust no bitch. I was originally gonna say it's because he's not a powerful demon, and he's kinda like me, where without any kind of machine, he's just lost. But in a way, I guess you could say the same about Cherry. Cherry has the advantage because she's at least more jovial, more street smart, and up with the times. So what she lacks for in finesse, she makes up with by forming connections with the other sinners. While this is going on, Angel Dust has recently moved into the Hazbin Hotel, back when it was the Happy Hotel. Well, the mission of the Hazbin Hotel is to rehabilitate sinners with the goal of getting them into heaven. Angel only joined in order to get free room and board, and to get away from Valentino, but we don't learn about that until like episode 2. He begrudgingly spent a few weeks following the rules, which, being put forth by Charlie, are all toxically positive.
Fights, pranks, problematic language. Her words, not mine. These crazy are no fun.
But he owes Cherry a favor and goes with her to help stop Sir Pentious, who cannot take a joke to save his life.
Oh, harder, Daddy. Son?
I don't think he has a son. Maybe he thinks he has a son he didn't know about. I want to see this brought up in season 2. Like, when he goes to that place, he can be like, where is my son? Cherry and Angel easily defeat Pentious and his army at the cost of their fight getting broadcast. When Charlie is trying to advertise to the news, and especially Katie Killjoy, that her experiment works and sinners want to change. Stuff happens, but Alistair brings the hotel up to par around the same time Pentious has come to get his revenge.
Well, well, well. Look who it is harboring the striped freak. We meet yet again, Alistair. Do I know you?
Idiot. Like, seriously, does he forget that Charlie is Lucifer's daughter? Meaning she's probably stronger than most everybody else in hell outside of her parents? Like, I get a lot of people don't take Charlie seriously because she can be too nice for her own good, but it's like they forget she could just call up her father and say that she's in danger, and he would snap you into dust. Or if she's backed into a corner, I'd imagine she would probably burn him into nothing. Like, wow, this dude has got some balls. Well, I mean, he is packing 2 hot dogs. Wait, really? To prove his commitment to the hotel, Alistair deals with Sir Pentious as easily as wiping a fly off the windowsill. Now, I will be honest, outside of all the main cast, Pentious was my least favorite during the pilot. I even liked Katie, but in a way, he got redeemed in the show. I like the energy Alex puts into voicing him, and the added focus we got. Plus, you could probably make a joke somewhere about Sir Pentious sounding like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe. So Pentious, in a way, became one of my favorite characters. In the series proper, Sir Pentious first appears in the 2nd episode, Radio Killed the Video Star. In the previous episode, Charlie learned that Adam and the Exorcist have changed the timeline of the exterminations. Instead of being once a year, on New Year's, they will be twice a year, as in every 6 months. Charlie desperately desperately wants to prove to heaven that her hotel works, and she now has a tighter deadline, but she's having a hard time finding recruits who are not Angel.
Well, it's not like people are just going to show up on our doorstep.
Show yourself, Alistair!
Pentious has come back to get his revenge on Alistair, because this dude does not learn. He is gonna make an awesome pair of boots. And boots are made for walking. Unless he's just saying this to screw with him, Alistair does not even bother remembering his name, because he's that forgettable.
I attacked you literally last week. We've done battle like 20 times?
Well, you must have been really bad at this.
Wait a second, does this mean that these two have history together? I want flashbacks. Like, why does he forget about Pentious and his Team Rocket shtick, but not Vox? I mean, both of them kinda dress like him, and in Pentious' case, he has his own version of Nifty with the eggs. Maybe kinda like Vox, he wanted to work alongside Alistair, or at least have him acknowledge him, but Alistair always refused, so he took his revenge out on the rest of Hell. Only, unlike Vox, he doesn't have the manpower or charisma to back it up. As can be expected, Alistair eats Pentious for breakfast, like he's a giant dead deer. However, we forget that Pentious has 2 sets of hot dogs.
Thank you for letting your guard down!
He's lucky Alistair just let him get flung away. Now, what I thought they were gonna do with Pentious was the Team Rocket stuff we saw here. Like, every episode, or a good number of episodes, Pentious is trying to take over Hell, or attack the hotel, or just being a super useless villain. But he would have a vendetta against Charlie because she is sheltering 2 people he hates, that being Angel and Alistair. But perhaps Charlie might constantly offer him a chance at redemption, one he would always refuse, or that by attacking her, he would grow as a person. However, in this episode, Pentious goes from a one-off character to a full-on main character in the most satisfying way. The V's have begun to set their sights on the hotel. Fox learns that Alistair is back after a 7-year hiatus, and he might strike a deal with Charlie, which he eventually does, while Valentino is angry that Angel moved in with Charlie. In Velvet, she is there too. Yeah, that's another issue. I like the point she makes in Respectless, but out of all of the V's, she seems too detached from the conflict that it's like, why include her? Or maybe give her a better archenemy. I mean, come on, Val has Charlie and Angel. Fox has Alistair. Maybe she could get like Vaggie, I don't know. The V's realize they will certainly be torn to shreds if they step foot in the hotel, so they decide the best thing to do is to get a spy on the inside. Because it can't be Angel, it must be the most pathetic piece of trash that they can find.
I have just the one.
Why, hello, my dear!
Can he speak now? Pentious claims that he's at the hotel in order to learn how to improve himself.
You heard right. Welcome to our home of healing, our resort of restoration.
Oh my god, Charlie, you were so innocent, it hurts. Pentious flatters Charlie into letting him stay to find redemption, even if everybody and their mother can see what stunt he's trying to pull, or suspect that something is up. The only reason Vaggie allows it is he's at least giving up his machines, and that makes him less of a threat. I give him 8 episodes, tops, more like 7. Charlie continues to give Pentious a tour of the hotel and introduces him to the other staff members. After all, he is their first real guest.
What the hell am I then?
Yeah, no offense, Angel, you outright said that you were only staying for the free room, and on top of that, you also harassed the staff members constantly. Well, Masquerade gave us an added reason why you're at the hotel. Charlie has no idea. Even in that episode, she just assumes you enjoy your job, and Val is too mean of a boss. Eventually, they get to Alistair, who is now facility manager.
And over here, we have, Alistair, our gracious facility manager.
Not like executive. And as a test, Pentious has to be nice to this one dude, which leads into the theme of the episode, apologizing. Basically, it starts with sorry, and then you work from there. Pentious has to apologize to Alistair for what he's done, that way they can start fresh. And that would include giving him back the piece of fabric.
Please forgive me for attacking you and ruining your very lovely coat. Yeah.
It must have meant quite a lot to you.
Alistair is the right level of petty spite I wish I could obtain. With extra residents, we get a part of the hotel that becomes common in the later episodes. Trust exercises.
Trust exercises!
Exercises!
Maggie, we rehearsed this.
In order to help you improve and to build morale. This time, they're icebreakers. Oh no, Charlie, no! Sweetie, nobody likes icebreakers except for the people who live in the Arctic Circle. Unlike Angie, Pentious seems to thrive.
My name's Pentious. I like to build, and despite my stupid egg boys, I think I'm very skilled. This is stupid.
The second exercise, it seems like the absolute worst. Angel and Pentious have to cosplay as a drug dealer and his victim.
Hey, you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you look like a kid who could use some devil's dandruff.
And I gotta say, you know what? I hate how TV and teachers and my parents and police officers made me think that once I got older, people were going to randomly walk up to me and offer me drugs. And I live in Newark, so I got this talk a lot. Yet in my entire 24 years of living, I never got any devil's dandruff. Plus, the first taste is not free. Trust me, that's just a lie TV tells you.
It'll make you cool like me, the crackhead.
If you'll excuse me, I'm off to not have intercourse before marriage.
Okay, I know this has nothing to do with Sir Pentious, but I kinda wanna talk about this scene, because it really does kind of annoy me. Remember, Angel is both an addict, especially with drugs and alcohol, and he's also an escort/porn star, and a slave who is regularly abused by his boss, in more ways than one. And this is on top of having a horrible family and dying of an overdose. I know Charlie meant the best by it, but I'm surprised this never came up again. It's like this entire scene, she was like roasting Angel. I love Charlie, but I hate to say it, she's the definition of toxic positivity, and I wish the show addresses this. But Pentious, his acting is on point.
Bravo! Wow, Pentious, at this rate, you'll be redeemed in no time.
Oh my god, he seems good enough to be on Broadway, maybe at the Winter Garden or the Marquee. Now obviously, we know that Pentious is just being a spy, but part of me wonders if he was beginning to see the residents as more than just a job, like he was enjoying himself. He plays the part well, he seems pretty genuine, and he's being given a lot of positive reinforcement. People are paying attention to him, and for somebody insecure like him, that probably means a lot. If he wasn't being contracted to go there, and if Charlie just talked to him, I feel like he would thrive. Later that night, Angel is drinking when he sees Pentious trying to set up some cameras.
You working for the V's?
Duh! But on the bright side, that means you're right, Angel. Good for you. You get a treat. I can't give it to you, though, because I'm in a computer, or an iPad, or a TV, or a phone. They fight, but Pentious is caught red-handed, and he doesn't even try to fight it.
I would never betray you. Abort! Abort! SOS! Agent Pentious in need of immediate evacuation!
Something I do like about this episode is how they handle the I changed plotline that y'all know I normally hate. After all, nobody really believed him but Charlie, so there really is no shock or out-of-character moments. Plus, with the new deadline, Charlie did make the point that beggars can't be choosers. Pentious calls for aid, but the V's don't want to help, and leave him to his fate, which he sadly accepts.
I just make it quick, I guess. Not that I deserve it.
Aww, Rather than kill him, Charlie once again offers him a deal. If he apologizes for how he's been acting, honestly and truly, he can stay as a resident and start things off with a clean slate. But he has to want to change. He agrees, and the hotel finds its first resident, who is not Angel. During the next episode, Scrambled Eggs, Pentious is starting to fit in, Pentious style.
Everyone is being too nice. Obviously, it must be a lie. I can sense they are planning to kill me. But when? How?
Me in any social situation. You might not get it, but outside of cons, I'm like a huge introvert. People are weird and gross. I told you, he's my spirit animal. However, as he joined late last night, Faggy had no chance to give him the opportunity to learn the rules. For example, no weapons. And this includes no more eggs, as they count under weapons.
What did I just say? What did I just say?
What? Not my little egg boys. They do my evil bidding for me.
Highly reluctantly, Pentious lets them go, find their fortunes in the world, and the eggs are all appropriately saddened to be separated from their papa.
I can't keep you anymore.
Okay, boss.
No, don't resist. This is how it has to be.
Oh my god, look at them, holding it together for his sake, strong like the protein inside of them. Regardless, the idea of trust encourages Charlie to make that today's new activity, and delegate things to Faggy, who decides that they will begin with trust falls, Mean Girl style trust falls.
So we are starting with trust falls. Each of you are going to share something vulnerable with the group about yourself and then fall backwards while the rest of the group catches you. Got it?
Oh my god, I never could. I don't trust myself, let alone others. But then again, one time I literally fell just sitting down, not even kidding. So anything's possible. Pentious goes up.
I don't want to live without my minions. Nobody catch me. Damn it.
That's great.
Monty Python would eat him up with a spoon. However, no offense, Pentious, but you're a sinner. Even if nobody caught you, at worst you would probably just get a scrape on your knee. Then again, ew, those things hurt. Pentious spends the rest of the episode despairing. I mean, at one point, Faggy forces him and Angel to go play patty cake in a war zone, simply to build trust.
Oh, wait! I can't fight without my minions!
Are gonna survive together.
Is that really anything new, Pentious? Did you not remember that whole fight you had with Angel and Jerry? Still, the experience sort of bonds them, or we're at least told it does.
Look what your exercise did for them.
You did okay, new kid.
Really? I suppose I did get into a little of the old rough and tumble today.
Yeah, another problem, this really should have been shown, not told. It could be a great chance to have callbacks to the pilot, and it could be nice to see them bonding, not have it be like an afterthought. Imagine, say, Pentious is in a war zone, and he's all scared, and somebody's coming at him with a knife, and he doesn't know what to do, and then Angel stands in front of him and saves him, and this bonds them, and then Pentious returns the favor. Regardless, maybe, just maybe, Pentious can finally survive without his eggs, at least until Alistair returns them. Says that they did a great job annoying the piss out of him, at least they weren't birds. He hates birds. And Faggy allows him to keep them once again. Yay! He is so grateful.
My eggs! Yay! Oh, it's so good to have you back. Now go clean my quarters this instant!
That's not too bad. We saw that much like Nifty, they like being forced. At night, oh my god, they have cute little PJs. We see that Pentious, he sleeps so cute with them.
Good night, eggies.
During this time, he also learns that angels can be killed.
And the knife lady killed an angel, and I was not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, I'm so sure, and maybe you'll meet Martians tomorrow.
To be fair, Pentious is a little out of the spotlight for the next few episodes, but the focus did shift onto other characters, so it's understandable. I think the most was how he rescued Nifty, which proved to Lucifer that demons could be redeemed, or at least have the chance to be selfless.
They're always gonna disappoint you!
Nifty, come along!
But he was still there, and he was still funny. Then we get Welcome to Heaven. Charlie and Vaggie are going to heaven to plead their case, and we need a subplot. So they bribe Cherry Bomb to take the hotel out to a bar. Pentious is apprehensive to see Cherry.
Well, if it isn't my arch nemesis, have you come to meet your fate in battle, Cherry Bomb?
Why, yes, random 5-year-old who does not see signals. Pentious has a huge crush on Cherry. This I'm curious about. Did he grow to crush on Cherry the longer their rivalry went on? Did he purposefully go after her like he heard about her reputation and that started things? Either way, I do like the idea of them. I just wish it got expanded on more, especially their beginnings. Of course, once again being my spirit animal, Pentious is horrible in matters of love.
You and me are going out? Like, for fun? I didn't think this would ever happen. What do I do? What do I wear?
Pentious, if it makes you feel any better, I have to rehearse what I say multiple times in my head, even for something as simple as ordering at a restaurant. At the bar, Pentious tries to hit on Cherry, but constantly fails, until he gets piss-faced drunk and goes to make one final offer.
I'm sorry, why will we have...
Because I'm having with everyone here! Let's do it!
Yeah, we're talking about this. Some praise I will give is that Hazbin Hotel did a great job at portraying sexual assault with angel dust. You can pretty much make the point that poison, especially the dance sequence, is just one big disassociation daydream to get him through what amounts to a gang rape. And I like the point they made in episode 3 that BDSM and bondage aren't like you see in 50 Shades. They're all about trust and consent and knowing your limits. Plus, it was nice to see that they showed that abuse was not defined by gender. Just because Angel is male and his boss is a male, that doesn't make his abuse any less. However, as you might have guessed, I'm not a big fan of them dragging Pentious off, rather than, say, Angel rescuing his friends, especially when he's being tested by Heaven, or the club just looking him up and down and being like, yeah, no, you're not my type, and then him getting all sad. The reason it irritates me is that this is not the first time they have done this double standard, in a way that just feels confusing. Hell of a Boss made a good point with Fizzarolli that despite having a house full of paddles and ball gags, is actually super traumatized being tied up and forced into a cage by mobsters, or that he and his boyfriend, the literal personification of lust, have a huge problem with his fan base thinking that they have the license to be creepy or harass him. Cosplay does not equal consent. Or that even Asmodeus believes that love potions are not good forms of lust. Lust is something you earn. However, almost as a quick joke, there's a scene of Arasaka and her crew assaulting Moxie, just because he wanted his parking space back.
Don't touch that!
Moxie, don't let her access any of your holes!
I gotta go lie down now.
When they could have just easily beat him up or something, I figured that maybe they would learn from the backlash they got there and not include this, especially considering poison. Yeah, I don't think so. To be fair, this was probably the funniest joke in the episode until he got dragged away. Then we get the finale. Adam has sworn to Charlie that he will target the hotel during the next extermination, and Charlie has begun to arm the facility in preparation. Always one for combat, Pentious has joined in. Not as Sir Pentious, but as General Pentious.
What in the hell are you supposed to be?
General Pentious reporting for duty. I'll turn those rapscallions into soldiers in no time at all.
Oh my god, he's pretty hot. I would build a moat for him, or do a thing with him.
The base needs fortifications. Reinforce the southern wall. Create a moat around the perimeter to stop a ground assault.
Yeah, no offense, Pentious, but your main foes are angels, i.e. these things with wings that enable them to fly. I don't think a moat would help you. E for effort, though. I enjoy your determination. On what might be their last night alive, Pentious takes the opportunity to try and tell Cherry Bomb his feelings.
With the most brilliant, explosive contraptions I've ever seen. Please don't die tomorrow, okay, bye!
At least you tried. The battle begins and the hotel has the advantage. However, stuff happens and Adam gains the upper hand because Alistair was way too stupid to use an angelic weapon. And with Alistair out of the picture, idiot coward, Pentious realizes there's only one thing left to do, something he might never get to do again. Pentious launches a final charge against Adam with his egg boys at the ready, and he goes all out. He will kill Adam.
That could have been ugly.
No, my baby snake, no, why? Why did he die? Why? Adam, you were one of my favorite characters because you have my sense of humor and you curse as much as I do in real life, but now you are my least favorite. You are right up there with June from Handmaid's Tale. I am serious.
Whoa.
Yay, that is what you get. But to be fair, I do still like Adam, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in season 2. But most of what I just said was a joke. Charlie is devastated that Pentious died, but Lucifer and the residents says that she shouldn't despair or his death will be meaningless. Rebuild the hotel in his honor, and stick with your dream. They build it up and give Pentious a memorial, honoring him and his egg boys, all of whom, except possibly Frank, died in the battle.
You alright, Squirt?
I nearly scrambled myself.
Oh my gosh, this is really the end of Sir Pentious, isn't it?
What? Where am I? Oh. Hello?
Oh my god, look at this little baby. He has hearts and kissy marks all over him because he died for love. Wait, so Adam was right. You have to be selfless, you can't steal, and you stick it to the man. Did Adam see School of Rock too? This means that Charlie is right. Redemption is possible, although death is probably required, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like the Enchantix from Winx Club. So what comes next for Sir Pentious? I could see him trying to survive in heaven, as him not being used to everybody not trying to kill him, or being kept a secret until the Seraphim tries to study him. But then Emily or whoever releases him, or having to face Lute, as he is proof the plan works, and just sending Lilith down there won't fix anything. Still, I feel like he will rebuild the Egg Boys, just make them heaven style. Come on, they're machines, they're not gonna be gone forever. Maybe they'll be like Sunny Side Up or something. But I feel like when the Hazbin gang find out about his demise, and then his resurrection, there will be dangerous ideas for them, especially Angel, considering how his sister is apparently in heaven. Wait, maybe that's what Pentious will do. Maybe he meets Molly, realizes that she's Angel's sister, and they try to do whatever to get back to hell and meet Angel, or at least let him know they're okay. Anyhow, you guys should totally check out Hazbin Hotel. It is a tad flawed, but if you can get past that, it's a really good show. Granted, they should do a bit better in the rep department. Anyhow, before I go, I've wanted to do this for a while. Alex Brightman. Oh, nothing happened.